Welcome back to rTech. Today we're going to review the notoriously hard to mount KÜHLER H2O 1250 from Antec. So we had a few choices and we kind of finalized on the Antec. My friend actually changed and upgraded his motherboard and the processor, and he needed a water cooling system for his CPU. This is not a new system, the Antec KÜHLER H2O 1250. It's been in the market for some time and didn't hear very good reviews about it, but we got a good deal from the dealer. So this one comes with a dual fan system with integrated pumps in it. Nice design on it. It's got the central mount, CPU mount, with an LED indicator that can change based on the temperature of the CPU. It has its own grid software. The two fans have the pumps integrated, which has its own problems, but it works well. So we decided to go with this system, and that's the CPU head, the copper block on it, with which comes pre-applied thermal paste. I'll show you in a while. So this is a motherboard in the system. It's a MSI 970 gaming motherboard, and it's also being fitted with an AMD processor. That's the 8370 unlocked edition, the black edition it's called. So that's the radiator and the fans. They're massive, honestly. This is a gaming cabinet and it puts it to shame because we kind of thought this would easily fit, but the hose pipes to the CPU mount were also short, so we couldn't actually move them a lot. So we were getting this fitted from the dealership itself, and he was kind of calibrating the mount for the AMD system. This can fit with this cooler can actually work with any CPU, an Intel, AMD, any kind of socket system that you have. So after a while, we kind of figured out that the setting for AMD was matched up. That's the processor there on the board. We kind of wanted to make sure that we have the measurements right before we mounted the motherboard on it. So you can see that the system itself has so many wires. This cooling system, it had a USB cable to take measurements. As I told you, it comes with a grid software, and the cabling was a little messy, and that's the CD for the grid software. It's a very simple software. I barely even thought of using it. So those are the fans. That's the AMD processor, and that is your copper block with pre-installed thermal paste. The wiring messy. The system's so bulky, but we just thought this would fit in because this was a pretty big Cooler Master gaming cabinet, one of the older ones. We're just upgrading the system, so they also come with some brackets for you to mount them in case you have a difficulty. So we were planning to mount this on the top of the CPU so that it throws out the air from the inside of the cabinet to the outside. And we really ran into a lot of issues getting this mounted. It did fit, but we just realized that if you want to remove the RAM out of the slots, it will be a big task. The motherboard itself was so elegant. The 970 is one of the cleanest motherboards in the world. So that's the view of the radiators from the top. We have removed the cover, cabinet cover up. And the back plates for this thing, that's another big pain. It comes with a plastic back plate with hexagonal screws. It was a big problem. The hexagonal screws always kept falling off, and if you're the only person doing this alone, it was so difficult to do this. So those are the four corners where you put in these retainer screws for your CPU cooling block to sit on, and it was such a big problem to have these in place. We came up with a solution, of course, for this. Can you guess what we did? So there you can see, we just put a piece of tape to hold these back onto its place, so that when we tilted the board, they wouldn't fall off. As simple as that. Just imagine this falling in between the CPU cabinet and the motherboard. Such a big problem. Okay, we finally got this thing to kind of mount, and believe me, it is not an easy task to put this, because the retaining screws for these were really difficult to align and put in. And with all that chaos, we kind of put the RAM in the wrong slots, and getting these out was so difficult. So we had to remount the whole thing, again. And you can see that the hose pipes were so short. So once everything was done, we had to do a lot of remounting later, but we just thought we'd just get this done for now and mount the radiator on the top of the CPU. Look at the size of that thing. So once it's mounted, that's how it's looking. And the RAM's actually right below that fan, and it's so difficult to remove them out. So once we powered on the system, after all the remounting, we found that it's got that brilliant blue color, and you can opt to change the colors based on the temperature, or you have a program where you can just make it keep changing colors as you want it to. So those are the set of colors. It's an RGB LED, so you can make it run in any color you want. Okay, after a bit of playing, we just thought that this system was pretty quiet, unlike the other reviews we saw which claimed it was noisy. If you just leave it as it is, it didn't make any kind of sound. Just when it started, there was a little bit of noise, but once the pumps get started, the fans run pretty smooth. And it's got a nice blue LED which glows the entire CPU inside. So just to look at the temperatures, this is the BIOS of the 970 gaming motherboard, and we didn't want to waste time installing the software, so we just got this clip from Jerry Newton's YouTube review for the same. So this software which they give you is pretty simple, very basic. Lets you just play around with 3 modes and lets you have some settings and whatnot. So nothing great about this, but you can play around with that to set your fan speeds. So we weren't really interested in that. So once the CPU booted up on idle, we saw good temperatures of about 16 degrees. This is for the AMD 8370, I'm sorry. And one more thing to note is that you don't get the fan speed on this model, because it just doesn't show that. You'll have to go to the software to see the fan speed. So the CPU itself will not show you the fan speed, it just shows at 0 RPM. So it seemed to be working pretty good. 19 degrees idling for an AMD processor. Well, I thought it was pretty cool. We haven't overclocked the board yet, but we need to check that at a later stage. But this is just to show you that the cooling system is doing a good job for the stock CPU. So there were a lot of other alternatives like the Crosshair H80, but the only problem was it had a single radiator with dual fans on both sides, so just thought that might be a little not too good, I don't know. And then we had the Cooler Master Sidon, which had the dual fan system. Again, it looked a little too ordinary, and it was a little more expensive somehow in the shop we purchased this. So kind of bought the Antec, looking at all the negatives and the positives. The dual pump actually made us go for this, and it seems to be doing a pretty good job. So that's it from us. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do subscribe, hit the like or dislike button, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a nice day.